Elorm Benie, where have you been?
I've been around the place working. Yeah, I've been in Europe and back to Ghana now. Yeah.
I can even smell some little yonky around you.
Oh no, I'm even if you can see from my lip, even if you can see from my lip, I'm not feeling too well.
Yeah, I can see that. How is it been working with Stoneboy?
It has always been an experience. It has always been a learning ground for all of us on the job. So I think it's an upgrade of what we've been doing for the past years. I started working with Stoneboy professionally since 2007.
2007, really?
So like yeah.
Now nobody knows, like you have been underground.
No, that's the best thing. I'm not a star, I'm not a superstar, so the work has to go on. So once the work is going on, we still roll. So the most important thing is the result of what you are doing has to come out. So I believe, and he himself, he knows what we have been putting in, all over the years. So we are just working. That's all. Yeah.
Do you think you are underrated?
Wow, that's quite a big word. There are a lot of people who respect what I do and they respect the direction of my work. So I wouldn't say I'm underrated. Maybe because some of us, we don't do the controversial stories, we don't get into funny headlines and all of that. So that could be a reason why some of us are not so visible or not so recognized. But people who are industry people know that some of us, we've been out and working 25 hours a day, 8 days a week and all. So yeah, because we create content that is basic, purely promotional materials, not content that's supposed to generate funny hype. So yeah.
See, I've read some of your books and trust me, you're a legend. And it has taught me more. But I don't know how the outside world is receiving.
Well, I would say my book Love My Light it was published on 120 international bookstores. So it's been out there. Whilst I was in Europe too, I was able to touch base with some libraries in Holland as well. So it's something that it's a process. There are so many authors across the world, and I am from Africa. So trying to spread that across, it will take time. So people wouldn't know you within a puff like that. You read the book and you know what's inside, but it will take time before the masses outside would actually jump to it. So we are still working.
You, Stoneboy and Kelvin Boy.
Yeah.
So how has it been like the first time you traveled outside to work with them?
Well, this isn't the first time I'm traveling outside with Stoneboy. Last year we did Ethiopia as well, last year May. So this will be the second time I'm flying with Stoneboy outside the country. But for the Europe tour, it was quite a very, very challenging one because...
Can you tell me more about it?
Yes, because the schedules were so tight that movements from one country to another hasn't been easy. And coupled with that, the artist has to also go do rehearsals. After rehearsals, he has to do media engagements, do interviews, and after interviews, he has to go and perform. And after performances, there are other things that he needs to do. So, but it was quite an experience, and I must commend Stoneboy. If he were any other artist, they wouldn't have kept up because the schedules were so tight that he would break down. But he was able to keep up with the energy for over 6 weeks. Yeah.
Talking about any artist or talking about an artist, Shatta Wale threatened Stoneboy with music, laughing at him that he's a cripple and other stuff. How do you feel as a blogger or as somebody close to Stoneboy?
For me, I'm all about positivity. So those things, I don't really want to go deep into it because they've come and passed. So what I would rather seek for me, what I would talk about is he's also working on his album. And I think we need to talk more about these things rather than focusing on what is going wrong or what is happening wrong.
Elorm Benie, I get your point, but Shatta Wale was in the news for saying he doesn't want to work with Stone.
This is Shatta Wale's opinion, and he's very entitled to his opinion. People will relate to you depending on how you also relate with him. With those people.
Have you met Shatta Wale one-on-one?
Oh, we've met a couple of times.
And I do you love Shatta Wale's work?
But why do you people all think that I have a problem with Shatta Wale?
I don't say you have a problem with Shatta Wale or because you are working with Stoneboy.
But there's this school of thought that feels because Elorm Benie is with High Grade Family or Elorm Benie is with Beam Nation. So since Shatta Wale takes a swipe at Samini or takes a swipe at Stonebwoy, everybody automatically thinks that I'm against him. I don't hate Shatta Wale. I am not an artist. I don't beef artists. I'm a PR person. I'm a blogger. I'm working. So regardless of whatever, I push his work. He knows I push his work all the time. But because the way other blogs write, no disrespect to anyone, but the way other blogs write negative or controversial stories about him, I don't do that. You can log on my blog site, you won't find anything controversial about Shatta Wale. It's purely promotional material, and because it's promotional material, some people don't take time to see those things enough, so they feel like, oh, Elorm Benie belongs to Beam Nation or belongs to high grade family, so he doesn't like Shatta Wale. I don't have anything.
When you guys were on the tour, the Ewe community was complaining that Stonebwoy was not performing in their local language. That's Ewe, to be precise. That he went out there to perform in Chi, and were backlashing Stonebwoy. What do you have to say about that?
Have you heard Hills and Valleys from Stonebwoy?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Do you know he sang Ewe in that?
Yeah.
That was like 2011.
Yes. Even on his album, he has a Ewe track on it. But I don't know why.
I'm not even coming to that.
Okay.
He's been doing songs in Ewe for so many years.
Okay.
How come they didn't question that? He's been doing songs in Patois all over the years. How come they didn't question that? I was on stage with Stonebwoy at Summer Jam. He spoke at least 7 languages.
Really, 7 languages?
Yes.
And how did the people respond to them?
It was very. Let me address the issue of the Ewe people making the hula balu and all of that. He spoke 7 languages, and even before he performed Bede Bede, which is an Ewe song, he gave a chronological order and explanation of his roots, where the Ewes migrated from to modern day Ghana. And after that, before he got into the Bede Bede song, he was saying Etisane. If you travel outside Ghana performing as an artist, they ask you which country are you from. They don't ask you which tribe are you from. It is a global stage. It is not an Ewe stage. So if an artist go on that stage and is trying to represent all of Ghana, it makes no sense. Let's be realistic. It makes no sense for our people to say, why is it that he's not claiming to be an Ewe? Please, let's be realistic. He spoke 7 languages. He spoke Patois, he spoke constructive English, he spoke Pidgin, he spoke Hausa, he spoke Chi, he spoke Ga, he spoke Ewe. What else?
Do you think Kelvin Boy will be bigger than Stonebwoy in the future?
I am not God. I can't predict the future, but
Elorm Benie, be sincere with me right now.
I'm being sincere with you. I'm not God, so how can I know the future that Kelvin Boy will be bigger than Stonebwoy or not? How can I predict that?
Work with them.
I've worked with them, but I don't know what the future holds. Can you predict what's happening tomorrow?
So Elorm Benie, what's your next project as you are back home?
Samini has his album cooking now, so I'm working with Samini as well for his upcoming album, which is the reggae album. So far, if you heard about 3 songs from that album, that's my own, Obimbra, and you have Oba as well. So that's 3 songs from that album. So we are still working. T-Flow also has something coming up.
Okay.
I work with him as well. So
okay.
So fans should expect something really, really hot from T-Flow as well. Raskuku is also there. He's also coming up with something. There's lots of work.
I can imagine.
Yeah, there's lots of work that's coming up, you know. And Riala is also on tour, you know.
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
There's a lot.
Elorm Benie, you're a legend. Trust me, you are my role model. And thanks.
They call me legend. How we call that?
Thanks for having you on the show.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best of luck in whatever you do. And I hope.
Big up Cool Star TV. You know, you guys, you are doing great. Bless. Elorm Benie. One love.